We got a bumper. Let's go. Bump.
Timbit.
Oh, I'm so hungry
you were
now.
close there, Trent. You were pretty close.
You tried to mess it up, but you didn't.
No,
idiot.
he almost overlaid his voice with the actual bumper. It was good.
Oh,
Man,
well
it's a good
friend.
thing Canada Cup is already
5
over.
seconds
Anyway,
remaining.
Suns fan would have sold out that
Radiant
tournament real
team
quick.
Oh yeah.
They would have kicked you guys out. Dissing on
That's why I
Tim-
was not
Horton,
invited.
Come on.
Yeah, you can't. You're not allowed to do that. To be fair,
Tim,
in Canada.
sponsored by Tim Hortons. My favorite.
dude, that would be. We got to start working food sponsors. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know what
really
the
do.
fuck we're
Small,
doing.
man. That's the dream.
That is
Take
the
Coke,
dream.
I
cherry
think the
Coke.
easiest thing to sponsor would be a soda company like Pepsi or Coke. We could
Brought to you by
5
Pepsi.
we probably could
seconds
get one of those
remaining.
sponsors real easy.
Diet
In
You know,
our
the
world,
Denver
diabetes
Nuggets-
is not serious.
Denver Nuggets Arena is called a Pepsi
Arena
or
yep.
something, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys
I
should
know
have
that
the
from
inside
South
track
Park.
there.
Sick.
Yeah, we
Shannon,
totally
if
have
you
a bunch
were,
of people from Pepsi that can help us out.
Just go to the arena and ask, hey, excuse me, looking for a sponsorship?
I'm pretty sure that's when we get kicked out of the
10
arena.
seconds remaining.
And security comes for us.
Ah,
Never
how
know
all great
till you try.
sponsorships are
5
started.
seconds
Comments at
remaining.
Doritos.com. Hello, I have an interesting offer. Have you heard of
Radiant team
esports?
pick.
No? Okay.
Naga and Coddle, first bands here from EG, OG,
Thank
taking out Wisp and Veno.
God.
The beginning of the
Yeah.
grand finals, best of 5. Buckle your seatbelts, bitch, because Dorothy's going bye-bye. Kansas is where we're
Warlock.
supposed to be there.
Yeah. That's
First pick,
Yep, it's coming.
incoming.
It's probably
Yeah.
gonna
10
happen.
If it's
seconds
not picked up,
remaining.
you gotta imagine EG are certainly
What
gonna
would
take
you
it
pick
too.
first besides Warlock?
I hope EG picks
5
Shadow Demon
seconds
Luna
remaining.
first. Just disgusting. Get it out of the way.
First pick Bloodseeker right here.
Diet
Boom.
team pick.
Damn it.
Nope. It's a Warlock.
That was
How
close.
boring.
My God, what
right.
is this?
Have
Captain's
EG
mode?
learned the wing strategy?
EG
so they'll
will
be
be
taking the witch
picking-
doctor.
All right, listen.
EG will
First-
take Pudge now. Pudge
Yeah,
and
maybe.
something.
First two games are going to be boring drafts. Third game is going to be crazy.
Yep. And
Man.
again, our community band heroes, heavy
10
on off
seconds
laners for the
remaining.
last day. Thank you, Reddit.
Yeah, I actually like that. That's so sick.
Clockwork
5
Pudge.
How do they all
seconds
get together?
remaining.
I'm going to call this draft 100% right.
It's really nifty.
How did
Clockwork
Reddit get
Pudge.
together and decide that? The whole
Reserve
website's one big
time.
circle jerk.
You know what?
I'm actually gonna go with Clockwork Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor, this
Yes.
early?
I can see it. I
Dude,
can see
Witch
it.
Doctor's the counter to Warlock, bro. Haven't you seen
Diet
it?
team
I'm down.
pick.
Or an ogre
Shit,
works too.
we forgot about
All
Ogre.
right, Ogre Magi, very close. That's
Our
basically
Warden
Witch
and Underlord
Doctor.
are both available. I'd like to point out.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Very good
How
point,
do you not
Mount.
just pick Underlord right here if you're EG or
Now,
OG?
let's hope this isn't an NP opening round scenario where they don't realize they're in the pool.
Or you know what? Maybe they're going to
10
shake on it. Maybe
seconds
EG and
remaining.
OG got together and they were like, "Hey,
Let's just hope it doesn't get banned more than
5
anything.
seconds
Yep.
remaining.
Okay.
I want to see a
This
game
is the
4
finals.
outboard.
Radiant
Yeah, I
This
would
is
like
the
to.
final.
Oh, there it is.
Nice.
Boom. All right, I was
Ooh.
wrong about the first draft.
All right.
Ogre Underlord. Didn't we see something like this before from EG?
No, never
That was from
before in the
NP,
history
I
of Dota.
think.
From
Wasn't it?
NP?
I don't know.
I don't
These
know.
two heroes have never been matched up together.
Okay.
Sick.
Excellent.
I'll take
10
your
Thank
word
you for the
seconds
stats.
remaining.
Thanks, Shannon.
Underlord is great, though. Put that in your stat line.
Okay,
5
Underlord.
Good
seconds
hero.
remaining. Back.
He's
that-
really
All
nice
right,
with-
they lost.
Oh no.
Oh,
They lost.
EG's found the secret. Oh, no.
This is where you put Warlock on hard 5 position
Why?
because you can get the axe from Alchemist later. You don't need to. You don't
Okay.
need to farm at all. Just buy
Ten
the
Yeah, you don't
wards.
need anything. You're right.
remaining.
I
Chill
mean, I
out.
guess would you still like go Midas or would you literally just not even go for that?
5 seconds
If he's
remaining.
5, probably not.
Just go Glimmer Cape. Something.
I feel
Reserve
he's
time.
usually
Horse staff.
5 anyway, right? So it's not really.
Actually, Horse Staff is great this game.
I mean, I wonder how EG are going to react to this because they've literally lost like every game they've played against an Alchemist recently, I believe.
What else synergizes with Underlord? Like, can they build a draft around this? Because against Alk, you have 2 classic options, right? You either go heavy late game and try and match the Alk with some split
Radiant
push,
team
Naga type madness,
Oh.
or you go push and try and take over the game before Alk comes online.
Not to disregard your question completely because I wasn't listening, but the really sad thing about the finals in elimination mode is that every ban that is a cool hero makes me very sad.
Yeah.
We're never
You
gonna
saw
see
that
it the
Pudge
rest of
ban
the
and you
series.
audibly groaned. I heard it.
Yes. Anyways, you were
5
saying?
seconds remaining.
How do you
He
deal
doesn't
with
even
Alchemist?
remember.
He literally, yeah, that's what he
Oh, there's AA still in the pool, right?
It
Reserve
is.
time.
Yeah.
It probably won't be for much longer.
Could be a good band.
Yeah,
here.
I would imagine.
Is
they would
A
ban it.
even that good
Yeah.
without like a
Bad.
Bat Rider or a Faceless Void or something to set it up? Like
Yeah,
right now they would have the Pit of Malice, I suppose.
That's
you could
kind of
maybe
true.
lock into. Alchemist, but
You would need more, I think, lockdown.
I think the AA is a great pick.
he is, of course, an excellent counter to the Alchemist.
And Warlock
10
to some
seconds.
degree.
And the Ogre, the other thing about Ogre too, especially on Dire side, is that I think they're probably gonna have him running a lot
5
between
seconds
mid
remaining.
and then down into like the bottom two, where he can like maybe even roam in, mess around with some of those
Radiant's
stacks that
team
can go on for the Alchemist. So helping out with the Underlord down there too, bullying whatever core is there for OG. So the idea of having someone like AA up in the top lane is very nice.
I think EG they did this in the game against eHome. They almost won with it. The Viper pick, the Viper game. They put Viper
Oh,
for
God.
Sumail.
No.
10
And they
seconds
won the
remaining.
lane.
Did
which
they
is-
almost win?
I mean, yeah, was that the game they threw, or was that the
5
second game? It
seconds
might have been the
remaining.
second game.
I actually can't recall. One was
Who does
They lost
Lifestealer
to-
own?
Sorry?
Why do you
Reserve
ban
time.
Lifestealer here? It's a good counter against Alchemist if they wanted to pick it themselves, but they want something beefy
I think
other
it's
than
already
Underlord.
good up against Ogre and Underlord.
I mean, they still have room to run it in the safe lane too, so I think it's a fine ban. I mean, they probably wanted to pick it,
I mean,
but
I'm more
They,
trying
they
to
want
think,
another fatty.
with all these offlaners banned out, is there something that EG can pair with Underlord in the offlane and do like a undying Underlord? You know, some kind of crazy bully. I mean,
I'm
even
sure there
Ogre
is.
Underlord
I'm
is
sure
not
there's
bad.
something good they can pair. That probably works. I would put.
You know what?
what do you think,
This
Trent?
is a Huskar game for sure.
Ignite, Atrophy Aura, click them down, poke them with a pit.
Yeah, I think that the idea of being down near like the Alchemist stacks and everything is always going to be beneficial for a team like this Dire side. EG, of course, I'm sure they have a lot of ideas of how they want to handle Alchemist. I'm sure they've had some serious discussions over the past
Well, I
little
mean,
while,
they've
considering the
had
way those
to.
games have been going.
Yeah.
So I do like the idea of something like the Undying too, if they really want to. But remember that NP, the first series that we had today, where it was NPDC, and both of the drafts for Game 1 and Game 2 both kind of went this way, where it was like the team is just too beefy and you can't really fight them, and they just push into you, and it seems like you don't have an option. There potentially could be something like that here for EG if they could continue this little like Ogre Magi
Dire
Underlord
team
sort of a
pick.
strategy, and maybe
Oh.
like now there goes the Ursa too. So like a lot of these better beefy taker downer heroes are out of the pool, which is a new term you can feel free to use. By the
Beefy
way,
taker downer heroes.
All right,
Yes.
it's time to
Yeah.
pick AA and then Huskar and win the game. I
think?
want to see Arteezy Huskar
10
this game.
seconds remaining.
Okay, I like
Needs to
it.
happen. But you can't have AA in the pool.
5 seconds remaining.
Guys, can I
Either
just
ban
predict
it
right now
next,
that at some
maybe.
point in this series, Wraith King will be picked and he will go
I hope
Ags
so.
and fuck
Time.
shit up?
No, that's not
That-
happening.
I
That's
said
one of
it
the
was a
worst
bold
acts
I
I've
was
prediction.
gonna I was gonna agree with you until you said axe.
There's
It's so
nothing bold about
expensive.
saying, "Hey guys, I bet Wraith King's going to be
I was-
picked in this best of 5."
I was gonna make fun of you
Yeah,
if that was your
sick
prediction.
prediction, dude.
I was.
He's
that
gonna
was-
get Ags and he's gonna make fuck. That's the prediction.
He's going to
All right,
make fun.
Top
that's,
that.
I
really
will. I don't know what I'll do because I can't think of any scenario where that will happen. So
No, it definitely wouldn't.
bring up anything.
Okay.
I think that's
that one
like
just-
bottom 10 Ags in the game.
Absolutely.
Just wait, dude. It's gonna be Weehaw all over again.
Yeah, that they lost with that though.
I'm sure they're
I
thinking,
still
my
predicted
God,
it."
I need a Wraith King
Radiant
Ags in
team
this
pick.
game. The
Oh.
Underlord and Ogre Magi illusions are so good.
This disruptor is very interesting. Going for like a silence play. This is more of like we're gonna fight into your Alchemist when he actually, is kind of a hero at this point. When you think about someone like
10
Chen, who is
seconds
still left in the pool, if
remaining.
they want to go that kind of a route and just like push in stronger earlier on,
5
take down a lot of
seconds
towers,
remaining.
but instead going for this kind of seems to hint towards more of like a mid to
Reserve
later
time.
timing for EG.
Which then begs the question: what is
Dire
their mid and their
team
safe
pick.
laner? Because that's clearly what they need at this point.
Well, now it looks like. Ooh.
I wonder how Underlord does versus Clockwork if this is the matchup.
If they aggro try,
No, if it's a 1v1.
1v1.
Yeah.
It should be one of those lanes
they-
where both farm pretty well and there isn't really a great kill
Radiant
condition
team
without a
pick.
I
rotation.
think Underlord's too tanky for Clockwork to solo kill him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
And Underlord
Don't you just
can't-
pick AA here?
for OG,
Yeah.
and then just run like an aggro
Just
try
counter
with
the
Warlock.
crap out of Morphling. I
Dire
get ruins
team
that
back.
hero.
Or Earth Spirit
Okay.
works as
Okay.
well.
They go comfort zone.
It is Jerax, I,
I mean,
suppose.
the silence against Morphling pretty good. I don't know about this.
Why does everyone hate AA?
I don't know. I think he's.
I think
just
if you don't
boring.
have the people to like actually hold like that ultimate is just so garbo without something really
10
big to
Doesn't-
hold in
seconds.
place.
Clockwork,
Especially at the
Alchemist,
first level. At the
Warlock.
first level, it doesn't fly fast enough. For it to be
5
useful.
seconds remaining.
He
So
also
much for the
like
Huskar.
if you're OG, like he
Reserve
counters
time.
Morphling in the scenarios where you have the right setup, but once Morphling gets shotgun, I mean, if he finds AA, it's just a free
Oh,
kill
he's
every
done.
time.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
it's
done.
one of those.
You can say that about most supports, to be fair, though.
Yeah, that's true. But
I like the whole idea about AA is to like start snowballing and like you just like set up a kill. You have lasso or you have chrono and you like do it and you kill them and then you take an objective and you keep focusing in on that. Like, is that gonna be enough to shut down someone like an alchemist? Like, his whole game plan doesn't necessarily fit that style because he's just gonna be pressuring around the entire map. And if you're like trying to hunt him down
Radiant
nonstop
team
without
ban.
Faceless Void or Batrider in this game, it seems really tough.
Do we need?
And that is a good Sven ban because even with an Earth Spirit, I feel like they still could have done some sort of sneaky aggro try stuff.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what the safe laner is for OG. I'm kind of interested. I just don't know what you go here. What synergizes
10
well with their
seconds
team? I
remaining.
mean, I thought the Lifestealer was going to be a good choice, but it got banned.
5 seconds remaining.
We don't really see Jug safe lane that much anymore. I guess we do a little bit, but I don't know if that's a good
Radiant
hero here
team
against
pick.
Morphling.
Oh, they'll ban it. We also talk about the attribute aura a lot for Underlord too, right? That bastard. So the heavy damage items and like the big base damage heroes aren't that great. So actually, Sven, wouldn't he be like kind of weak? I suppose he still farms crazy fast, so it's not that much of an
What is
issue.
this
And he does build heavy damage
10
items. So
seconds remaining.
All right. I believe this is going to be
5 seconds
We need a space
remaining.
creator for Alk here.
a Terrorblade. No, I don't know.
Reserve
Terrorblade.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm glad Anti-Mage has been banned. We don't have to worry about that, idiot.
I don't really know what they. I'm trying to think.
This is the gyrocopter pick here, Mont.
I hope not. That would mean my prediction is wrong, which it's not going to be. I would be shocked if this was
Gyrocopter,
Gyrocopter.
eh?
I would be utterly shocked.
the disruptor is really nice against a lot of the better options here. Like you think about someone like the Weaver or the Slark.
Ooh, I like Luna.
I wouldn't mind a Mirana, just one position. Why
Yeah,
not?
that's the. Would people play in the safe lane? I was thinking the same thing. But
Position 1 Venge, baby. 4+1 while that Alk farms. I don't think
Kind
they'll
of like
do
the
it.
Mirana too,
But
just
they could.
moving around with the clockwork too, nice
Yeah.
and mobile.
It's a similar kind of thought
pick.
process.
Whoa!
Well, we'll see
Whoa!
what
Jesus.
Whoa!
That seems like a lot of greed for them.
Both heroes
Gordon
in
and
the game.
Alchemist.
Look out.
What a
Dirty.
great start to this series. I
guess
like.
It's only two of them, but
Is it?
This
it
is
good, though?
wait, didn't Anna play this last time?
Yeah, he played
did,
it
I
mid.
believe.
But we're assuming Anna's playing Alchemist, right?
correct.
10 seconds
It could be a
remaining.
safe lane
Maybe,
out.
I don't remember if
Does
Anna
No
played it or
Tail
not.
play this here? I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I
5
said No
seconds
Tail to play
remaining.
Alchemist.
True.
I was thinking No
It's
Tail
not
would
that-
play the
It's
Alchemist.
not a
That's-
difficult hero to
Reserve
play.
well, he's
time.
played it a lot in the past also.
What is
Well.
EG picking for mid? What is Sumail's hero here? How do you deal with an Arc Warden and an Alchemist in this game as a mid hero?
Hmm. Maybe just Mirana. Split push. Not bad,
10
actually.
seconds
What is
remaining.
it? 9 seconds left. What do they got? What is it going to be? Viper. Pick Viper.
5 seconds remaining.
Or Tinker.
Oh,
Yay.
my goodness.
So-
What
Well,
a game.
condolences to our casters.
What a
Thanks.
lineup.
Yeah, this is going to be real fun, Cap.
Why is
When,
this not going to be fun?
Tinker
No, it's
Morphling.
heroes.
It's
I'm being-
interesting
I'm being
heroes for
facetious.
sure,
with
I'm being
but it
facetious.
is. It looks like a slower game other than whatever like Clockwork can
Hey,
try
we
and
thought
bring.
that was going to be the first game, too, of this.
Oh, we need to
today.
rejoin lobby, friends.
Alright.
Yep, we've
New
got a
lobby.
we've got a new lobby up. Buka crashed out of the old one. We need our admin. What would we do without him?
What would we do?
Did I join the right one or
You
the
joined
wrong
the wrong
one?
one.
Excellent job to everyone.
I'm pretty sure they didn't have many safe laners options left. I think I was looking over it. I think their only option would be like something like Luna. They could just try and put a lot of pressure with this 4-man and give Alchemist space.
Yeah.
But even then, you're picking Luna into Underlord. Like none of the agility heroes that you would typically pick feel good against Underlord because of his damage reduction. So I think that switching it up and putting safe lane Alchemist was probably your best bet. But I have no idea how Arc Warden is. Like I don't really know how this hero, like how well he scales versus late game heroes like Morphling and Tinker. So I don't know what their time is.
Yeah.
It's like he scales well in theory because of the Midas stuff, and he farms like mad. But does he actually hold a candle in those late game fights? Like I feel like Morphling, if 6-slotted Arc Warden versus 6-slotted Morphling just fucks him up.
I don't know, man.
The great thing
Arc
about
Warden's
this
an
game
enemy.
is Arc Warden can get an Aghanim Scepter from Alchemist guys. Are you excited to see that?
Yep.
Huh.
Those stats. dude.
Totally.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, just
It's-
checking.
wait, it's just stats, right? Just,
Yeah.
just to be clear.
There's no
All right,
actual
thank God.
upgrade. That's why we were all
Oh,
really
you get the
roused by that.
second clone, and then you have 3 heroes.
That would be the best Ags in the game.
Everybody was super hyped when you mentioned it, Shannon.
Oh
Yes,
my
Ags.
God.
Wow, great.
One divine rapier becomes 3.
Well,
Yeah,
if you look
2
at the,
charges.
if you end up getting Ags, though, these are some amazing Ags heroes. Earth Spirit
take
might
a
be the
look.
best in the entire game
Yeah,
of
it
this
is pretty good.
lineup.
Hook shot,
Clockwork
12
and
second
Warlock
cooldown.
amazing. Yeah, these are really good acts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
what does that mean? That opens up for Warlock to maybe go like refresher, first item, or something like
Maybe
that.
go something more.
Yeah.
He'll probably
He still
go
needs
support,
Force Staff and-
Glimmer
You
Cape,
go
Force Staff
or,
stuff.
or Force Staff, Glimmer Cape.
But you still get
probably.
the ult there, and then with Clockwork, what like Blade Mail early? I mean, what he
Another
usually
Force
he
Staff.
likes to go. Yeah, another Force Staff because he likes to go Ags generally. So it opens up a little bit of space there. The old inventory. It's kind of neat.
It'd be a pretty hype game for S4. You know, he's got a Tinker to track down, keep his team
Yeah,
in the
that's-
game
that's-
there,
that's the
create
real
the
thing, too.
space.
We don't talk about that matchup that often. The Clockwork trying to find the Tinker, but that is definitely one of the reasons. why
My
this
body's
game-
ready.
I'm super ready. I'm super ready for this game.
Seatbelts ready, gang. We
All
are
right, who are we
loading in
picking? Let's do
game
predictions.
one. All right, predictions. Ooh, God, this is a tough one.
I'm gonna say EG this game. This
I'm gonna
series
go
going
with
5.
OG.
I'm going with EG.
I'm going with
I
OG
can't
as
bet
well.
against Underlord, man.
going
He's
with
such
OG
a
as
fat
well.
mess. I love him.
So OG for me, OG for Trent, EG for you two. What Cap? What do you
Cap
think?
is the tiebreaker.
I'll go with EG. I don't know. It's a hard game to tell, but I'm pretty sure that Underlords gives you enough time for Morphling and Tinker, and it absolutely EG will win late game. It's just a question of like I don't know how strong OG will be at 30, 35 minutes with Arc Warden core.
Look at the mobility, though. You have freaking Morphling with Replicate, Tinker with Boots of Travel, and Underlord can take anybody anywhere. It's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to split push the hell out of the map. And remember, the stronger Alchemist gets, the more Morphling farms.
Yeah.
Right. So
That is true.
they get a certain point where it's like 30 minutes, and Alchemist is pretty strong, but it also plays against. Like they have to end the game so quickly because even just another 5 minutes means another like tier 1 item for Morphling because he keeps on replicating the Alchemist every single time they attempt to push and they fail.
Yeah, and the
get that-
Underlord
that
wave push
replicate.
is actually pretty high for an offlaner too. Like in terms
Yeah.
of like keeping pace with Alchemist and Arc Warden.
He's a tough hero to push into. Like
Yeah.
he's really obnoxious.
All right, well, the panel split. Game 1, EG, OG, the best of 5, Elimination Mode 2 Grand Final starts now. We've got Mott and Cap to cast this final series.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Yes, thank you to myself for being on the panel. I've moved approximately 3 feet to the
Jeez.
computer here in the corner of the room to bring you game number 1 of the Grand Finals here at the Moonduck HQ. Cap, I'm with you today. How
Yes.
excited are you for this series, buddy?
I'm pretty excited. I think that I was actually unlike you guys, I was really looking forward to game 1 because I thought we would be able to see a little bit more traditional picks. So this would be the last time we would see these two teams before the Boston Major in a somewhat traditional setting. But then we got both Underlords as well as Arc Warden.
So you're anti-fun, is what you're telling me. You don't enjoy
Kinda.
Okay.
Also, my game is bugged, so
Go ahead and reconnect, buddy.
You're gonna have to guide me.
All
If
right,
we get
I
into
will.
a fight, just yell at me really loudly.
I will yell at you extraordinarily loudly.
okay.
We are getting into the game for now, and things are shaping up, we'll say a little bit standard. But for now, EG are looking to invade the Radiant jungle, heading down towards bottom, with Sumail staying right around the river so that he can secure that rune if it does come out. Whereas on the other side, OG will be picking up the top rune spot. And they've already placed down the ward up here on the Uber Cliff, the Radiant team dropping that in the Dire jungle. And for now, EG are just hiding here. They're maybe looking for potential pickoff. No Tail, not the tankiest hero in the game, but he's not going to go far enough up. And well, we'll see how these lanes shape up. Cap, do you expect anything crazy, or do you think this is going to be more traditional in the sense of lanes?
I think it's defensive tri-lane or Ogre Magi Underlord dual off lane for EG, and that'll match up against a Warlock Alchemist. Are they putting Arc Warden mid? They are, right?
Arc Warden is bottom right now for No Tail.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's a bit.
I thought I don't know exactly how the matchup works, so I thought maybe Arc Warden would do better versus the Tinker. But I know plenty. Like it's really hard to say no to an Alchemist mid because Alchemist has like safe lane Alchemist doesn't have the access to bounty runes. He doesn't have access to ancients and being able to clear through those relatively early. So it would have to be a significantly bad matchup for you to force Alchemist away from his mid lane position into a safe lane one. So if they're going to put Arc Warden at bottom lane, I don't expect their supports to be sitting around that bottom lane too often. Fly will be there occasionally, but I think he stays out of experience range as much as possible.
They are top
So,
now, right? They have smoked
Yeah.
up. They're sitting behind S4, close to the tower. Arteezy with the tag. The boys is sitting up here in the lane just CSing. Crit's going to come around, throw a Thunder Strike, and here we go. Rolling Boulder in. Will connect onto RTZ. He does have Strength Morph if he needs it. He'll start using it. S4 coming in, no battery assault. The cogs are there. He will grab him. Does not actually get the push, so the mana will not be drained, but it's a lot of damage still. Strength Morphing. This might be first blood. The Shadow Word coming out. Will it do enough? It will. It's Jerax that gets the last auto attack that secures them the first blood in this top lane.
The reason I'm laughing at that is the fact that RTZ was already flaming in lobby chat about how OG picked up Alchemist. You know, he was doing the typical EG boy stuff. Oh, you know, real skilled hero, good stuff, guys.
Game,
you know,
honestly,
yeah, Alchemist pickers. No, so you know, if he's already tilted from having to play up against an Alchemist, now he's mega tilted, being smoke ganked level 1.
And now getting ganked mid is going to be Ana though. They're gonna rotate and look for some damage. Not really doing much. Universe just coming by. Universe playing the Ogre, interestingly enough, as they give Zai the Underlord. So one of these two heroes is going to receive the offlane farm. I mean, who it is.
Zai used to be an offlaner, right? Like,
right.
He can play the offlane position. I'm pretty sure he's just the person who's more comfortable with playing Underlord, and that's simply the case, right? And it's not like it takes a whole lot of brains for you to play the 4-position Ogre. You literally just run it, heroes.
You gotta know when to throw your Ignite out. Hold that thought. Speaking of Ignite, he's gonna use it on Jerax, who will burn to death more than likely. That's a 3-person cogs, but S4 has trapped himself in with the rest of the team. Waveform out so that Arteezy can survive. They will get one more auto attack, which will provide Crit a double kill. And now Arteezy just going toe-to-toe with Fly. Still Strength Morphing. Rolling Boulder, and they want Crit. They might get both of these. Fly still surviving. Now the Boulder Smash. Arteezy out of mana. Juan charges at 2, but on cooldown for 3 seconds. He has the Tango. He's got 5 left, and he will probably die to this auto attack as Universe might be able to body block Jerax, and it looks like he just misses it. Rolling Boulder should get the job done. He misses it. He rolls wide to the left. One more auto attack. The Shadow Word might bring him down. The Tango, is it enough? Juan charges still 2 seconds away. The Boulder Smash.
Kick!
Oh, he misses again. He's actually gonna.
He's dead anyway.
I thought he was gonna live there. He had his stick charges right as he died. Oh, Arteezy, dear Lord, you made them work for that kill.
Operation Tilt Artur. Good work, OG. They're putting so much pressure on him. He's like, the fact that they have to put Ogre Magi in a tri-lane really sucks. Arc Warden's gonna be really happy with the 1-on-1 against Underlord, even if you can't kill him, and I don't think you can until maybe he could do it with level 6. I don't know. The magic damage of Flux and the magic damage from Spark Wraith as well are kind of annoying. But you don't have any disables, so even if Zai does get low, he should just be able to TP out if he's in any danger. So they like that 1v1. They're putting pressure on the Morphling. They're keeping the gank potential of a Ogre and Disruptor, which isn't like real high, but it can be obnoxious for Alchemist to deal with. They're keeping him away from the middle lane. So I think OG is really happy with the way this laning phase is going. And they kind of had to be, right? Because they can't afford to push this too late. Especially with the interaction between Morphling and Alchemist that we talked about.
Ooh, that glimpse, though. They give Jerax the bounty, it looks like. It was actually denied by Crit. Nicely done. That was really good. But they will not get the bounty rune for the Alchemist, which he really wanted. I can guarantee you that. You mentioned the laning phase, OG being happy with it, but you look at Zai and Sumail's CS right now, it's very strong. But is it going to change later, or will OG be in a better position in terms of CS later on down the road?
Sorry, I had to turn on Dota TV. I think the laning phase, like, obviously Arteezy at a certain point won't have to worry as much about these ganks, but I think for the most part the laning phase really stays in the advantage of OG. And it looks like they've got Artur dead again.
Yeah, he did get
a little bit of
one,
one,
he's
but
got some strength morph, and they don't want to dive too far as the TP comes in from Crit. Glimpse is there, but it's already been used, and it's on cooldown. Thunderstrike, Crit will Rolling Boulder. Might just deny himself here. Or Jerax, excuse me, not Crit, but Jerax might deny himself. We'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. They have rotated Universe down bottom for EG as Zai continues to farm. And then wrapping back around, they drop a ward for Crit. He does have his glimpse back up and ready. And S4 is very low in HP. They might go for this. Yep.
Spark Wraith is so much.
I think he is probably dead with the glimpse back. Meanwhile, Fly gets the kill down bottom onto Zai. And S4 actually lives. He walks out. They don't use the glimpse to bring him back. And Arteezy was not in a position to wait for him either. It looks like he didn't have the mana for it.
Yeah, he's got level 3 on Disruptor. It's a very awkward level because you don't have a very high level of glimpse, so you don't really have the range to be able to utilize. Sumail's still doing really well in mid lane. He's 24 and 16, so he's got a ton of denies, but This is somewhat expected, simply because Laser makes it so the Alchemist can't CS, but he's still going to get, like, he's still happy with the free farm that he's getting. He's about to pick up his level 6, and we'll see him bounce back and forth between jungle and mid constantly. So any miss CS that he had early on is very rapidly going to be, that advantage that Sumail has is going to be undone by Greevil's Greed and neutrals.
Yeah, and S4 is getting some okay farm, obviously not to the same extent that Zai is getting down bottom with his 31 CS. All things considered, a relatively close game. Now top lane, Battery Assault going again. Arteezy still has Strength Morph, still has the mana, has 3 wand charges. Good cog push, gets him low on mana and actually out of it. Strength Morph will go for half a second. Flare not bringing him down. S4 has to back away. It was very close again. This solo kill potential on Arteezy is a lot higher than you might expect given the lane.
Yeah, S4 is playing a really good disruptive Clockwork. He's getting the full amount of experience in lane. He'll have his level 6 pretty quickly, and he can start hunting Sumail, which is so necessary. Jarex catches him first, though.
He does get the Rolling Boulder pushed back in, and that is a dead hero as No-Tail comes in with the Flux securing the kill and some extra gold for himself. That is a giant pickup. Bringing down Sumail this early, always a good thing for the opposing team.
Yeah, the great thing about this is that Anna's able to make really good use of the jungle, right? So they can occasionally, if they want, put No-Tail in the mid lane and have Fly pick up all this solo experience at bottom, making up for the tri-lane, right? So he can still get that fast level 6.
Yeah, look at Fly. He's level 5. You're absolutely right. He's getting plenty of it right now at this point. He's going to be 6 very soon. And Zai's very low as well. No mana for the Dark Rift. He's just going to TP home, and looks like he will make it away. They don't have the damage without another hero there, but this is going to be Fly's level 6 very soon.
Yeah, the reason I think OG were pretty happy with the laning phase, even if the CS was going in favor of EG, is that OG was really happy with the experience that they were getting, right?
Yes.
So they were keeping Arteezy down. Fly got rather lucky in that he was the one who benefited the most out of the tri-lane experience-wise, but S4 still got, you know, what he wanted out of the lane. They're all going to come online rather quickly with their level 6s, so Clockwork and Warlock are going to be impactful heroes before 10 minutes, which is surprising to say.
Wow, they pass each other without breaking the smoke. What Zai did, he actually TP'd back home, Dark Rifted with Universe into the mid lane so that Universe doesn't have to use a TP scroll. He has one still ready to go. And now they're looking for a gank on OG. They're going a little bit too deep. They won't find Anna at the jungle, farming up some of these camps. They will see that he is mid now. He does have Chemical Rage up and ready to go. Zai's going to come in. They do have that Pit of Malice, and he keeps canceling the animation. This is a tough catch here. Jarex is nearby as well. They're going to go for him instead. Rolling Boulder away. There's the laser. Glimpse back, and they're going to catch him at the rune and find him and kill him. It's going to be the pickup for crit. Gets the last hit there.
Yeah, they really wanted to be able to find Anna while he was neutraling, and hopefully had his Chemical Rage on cooldown too, but that's just not the case. This is like one of the first ganks you're going to attempt against an Alchemist outside of the laning phase. It's going to be before the Alchemist has his armlet, because once he gets to the armlet, right, it just becomes exponentially harder to kill him. So that gank, I would call it a failure. Yes, they got the Earth Spirit, but it wasn't what they were truly looking for.
Yeah, I mean, they got something out of it, but that was already a Dark Rift and a Smoke used. That gave a lot more room for S4 top lane and some room for the Arc Warden as well. The Armlet has been picked up for the Alchemist to start things off here. And on the other side, the Hood of Defiance already picked up for Zai. A pretty quick Hood of Defiance for himself, which is going to be useful for the team. I don't know, we'll see who decides to make the first move when it comes to a big team fight. S4 does have Hookshot ready, so they might start moving around themselves. We'll see.
Yeah, I like what they're doing right now. So they still have their mid-tier 1 tower, right? And Anna's farming the Ancients. They're putting pressure on the top lane so that that ideally it keeps the pressure off of Anna. And if they do attempt some sort of like gank into the Ancients, first of all, you have to go up the cliff, so it's kind of hard to do so. And second of all, they'll lose a lot of control of their own jungle. You know, you try and gank the Alchemist, but OG is putting pressure on Arteezy, keeping the Morphling from any farm whatsoever.
And there is going to be a trade here, so map control is going to go evenly in this sense. Clockwork will find Sumail in the mid lane. They get off what looks to be the hook shot, and will set up into a kill and find another pick on Sumail. He'll die the second time this game. It's just starting to put him a little bit further back than he would like, but still doing okay for himself.
Yeah, they didn't even have to use the Golem for it. So Fly still has that in his hand. No-Tail's still going to be able to take that tier 1 tower. He's got his Hand of Midas, so He's going to get that really fast scale and levels. The thing is that EG will make big comebacks if they win, like even just a couple of pickoffs or 1-1 team fight is going to be huge around 20 minutes because you have Hand of Midas working overtime for the Arc Warden, and you have the Alchemist's like high up, like really inflated amount of net worth. They could get really large amounts of comeback gold and comeback experience if they just get the right kills in this game.
Well, the problem for now is, although, I mean, like you mentioned, there is the comeback potential, but Arteezy's getting ganked again. I was about to say, he already doesn't have that much gold, and it looks like it's going to be even worse for him off unless he can get out here. We'll go for the TP, and it looks like he actually might make it out, even with the flux on him, even with all the damage from Jerax. He will make it away, but still not farming now. Fight breaking out in the Radiant Jungle. Zai dropping down that fire through Banana. Very tanky. They're going to try to use the Dark Rift. Can he get off the top? Chaotic offering. Does Dark
so
Rift
close,
complete?
they got him.
It doesn't. Crit now. He was about to get out, but instead he will fall. Fatal Bonds is going there. He'll die to the immolation from the Warlock's Golem. Universe, Boulder smashed up. S-Force here. Battery Assault ready to go. Popping it off, but damn, that March doing some serious damage. That might be the only thing saving them from a third death here, as Universe is able to hightail it out of there with the help of said Tinker.
Yeah, Sumail going for the maxed out March of the Machines. He only went 2-2-4. So those rockets not doing quite as much as I expected. But I don't think you can really reliably go for the heavy amount of nukes, like the all-in like 3-3 build on Tinker in the laning phase against Alchemist, because he leaves the lane so quickly.
Comes back. Static Storm only hits onto the one. Might be able to ring down this Arc Warden with the laser. They absolutely can, but here comes the Magnetize. Jerax taking a lot of damage. That Golem is still alive, by the way, and Crit almost falling to the Fatal Bonds. In fact, he might go down to the Magnetize, and will. A 2-for-1 exchange so far. The Arc Warden going down, but here comes Anna looking to use that unstable concoction spell. Trying to back up and away. He will get stunned by it, but here comes Anna. Hit up Malice, keeping him in place, and he actually is on Chemical Rage. He has to pop the armlet and back away. Zai still pretty tanky himself. Fly has Fatal Bonds ready. He won't use it yet. Shadow Word's already on cooldown, and Anna now with the Chemical Rage. Hook shot from downtown from S4. Unstable concoction, and Zai will almost certainly fall here. Anna comes in and at least gets another kill going their way. Turns into, I believe, a 2-for-3 at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight for OG. They're making good use of this Clockwork already. Like, he is so happy. Clockwork in these kind of games need to make sure that they scale appropriately into the mid game, and you are so reliant on those first couple of hook shots netting you kills, especially against these kind of cores that you need to keep down. So the fact that he's already got 1,600 gold, for him to be able to purchase, a potential Force Staff. I don't think Force Staff's too valuable in this game, but it's still a really nice item for you to have as a clock, or whatever the other he chooses. He'll still be able to scale pretty well.
Rolling Boulder, Jerax won't connect this time. They will get the TP, or rather the Replicate out for Morphling so that he can stay alive. Now he turns his attention back towards Jerax. The Pit of Malice comes in, Fly trying to help. He's got the Shadow Word. Meanwhile, a good stun coming out from Jerax to make sure Zai and Arteezy can't chase too closely. As Sumail continues to farm in the jungle, they might find Jerax, but I don't believe they will. But this is still giving a lot of room for the Arc Warden down bottom, and even Anna, who's rotated up top now.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty fast Orchid coming in.
I like this play. But that is a Tempest double that they're bringing down, unfortunately. Anna's already TP'd up top. So they Dark Rift down bottom to clear out the creep wave, but now they give a lot of room for OG in the jungle to start taking over and throwing some wards down into vision.
Yeah, they're looking to be able to control the rest of the map and not give up the rest of these towers, but OG already did enough damage to get significant control. Like the Dire side jungle is wide open because both the mid and top tier 1 towers are gone.
Right.
So they've already kind of done the damage that they needed to do in the early game. The next round of objectives don't really come until Alchemist and Arc Warden are online. And I don't know exactly what that looks like for Arc Warden, because he's definitely a bit of a fighting core.
Golem, Arteezy sticking up, has the strength morph again. He replicates out a little bit further past that tier 2 tower. Sumail wanted to bring down No-Tail's Tempest stubble, and does so with a laser heat-seeking missile combo. That Golem still chasing, but here comes Anna again, looking for a Universe. They get a kill easily coming out. Static Storm will bring down the Arc Warden. So far, a good fight for Sumail and EG. He's trying to TP out. Anna doesn't have his unstable. Will turn his attention elsewhere, looking for Crit, who is the Urn Charge on him. Jerax, Boulder Smash does connect, trying to get to the true line. The silence will go, and it looks like he will fall. Crit will go down to the urn. Anna turning his unstable concoction on him, looking for Zai. He's caught in the cogs. S4 found another one, and EG lose another fight. 3-for-1. Yes, they did get the kill on Anna, but they're just not finding the farm they need to for Arteezy here, Cap, and they're going to lose probably another tower as well.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses just look like they're kind of reeling under the aggressive assault from OG. They're just not really giving EG any space to be able to recover or set up fights themselves. It's almost always OG with the plan pushing forward, forcing fights against EG rather than letting any pickoffs go the way of the Evil Geniuses. So they get that tier 2 tower. They've already got the Radiance and Boots of Travel for Ana, so they can very easily deal with any split pushing that Morphling or Tinker attempts for the next 10 minutes.
And the thing is, it might come to a high ground sort of defensive type game for Evil Geniuses. And again, it's one of those situations where an Alchemist is again doing a lot of work against Evil Geniuses as he's sitting top of the net worth. His Radiance is up, ready to go, not to mention he's going to have another item soon. Fire Blast from Universe to try to help him out. RTC again, seems like he's had his strength morph this entire game. Heat-seeking missiles will find JRX, but he's in the tree line. Another one will go, and Ana will pop the Chemical Rage instead. Make sure that he can avoid as much damage as possible. And they back up. Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like Zai might be caught by S4. Battery Salt, they've already used the hook shot, but here comes the Pit of Malice. S4 might be the one that's gone too far. Cog push, heat-seeking missiles coming in. They have the damage, but S4 is rather tanky. They will jump again. It's Sumail. Glimpse back, they'll find another. Fly will be next. The laser burns him down. Top lane, Ana still chasing after Universe. They have the Magnetize. They need one more unstable or a couple of ticks of the Radiance burn, and he just TP's out. Universe Fire Blast,
he's got him.
there. And now with no Chemical Rage, this might be troublesome.
Oh, God.
TP's coming in. Ana, Unstable Concoction, goes to Universe, but he has to use the toggle of the armlet. Pops it again. Sumail laser. Missiles will get the kill. Finally, a much-needed pickup. Sumail finds himself the double, and the more important thing is he stops the Alchemist from snowballing at least for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the net worth and how that changed from those pickoffs. It was a 1-for-3 exchange where they lost their Morphling, but they still gained almost a 3,000 gold exchange and about 3,000 experience from just that. And then also think about how much space you're getting as well for Arc Warden to be able to, or excuse me, for Tinker and Morphling to be able to operate in this short period where the Alchemist is down. Like, they got a serious amount of net worth back into their coffers. I think that OG, for the first 15 minutes of this game, they were, like, exceeding expectations, right? I think that's how you look at this strategy,
right.
Is that ultimately it still comes down to the high ground defense of EG, but leading up into that, OG was exceeding expectations. They were getting more out of the map than maybe they should have to for this kind of strategy to work. So they're pretty in a happy place, but they can't afford any silly pickoffs like what happened at mid and top.
Yeah, 1,000 gold going for Sumail's Tinker. Now there is a fight breaking out mid. JRX missing a couple of his abilities. They drop the magnetic field down. Laser blows away JRX, so he can't do much of this fight, but Crit is caught on his own. He's got the Static Storm. He might have to pop it here before dying, and it looks like he won't get it off the battery, so keeping it play. No, he sticks up Flare. That will bring him down alongside an auto attack from No Tail's Tempest Double. Unstable Concoction will stun up Ana, but he is going to be able to use the Chemical Rage to regen that back up. It is a 1-for-1 exchange, support for support, but I feel like any trade at this point is going to benefit EG.
Yeah, not just purely in net worth, right? But just the fact that you get more time for your cores to be able to farm up and try and prolong this game as much as possible. Because Arteezy, he needs a serious amount of time before he can actually be an effective core again.
And now he's getting caught by Ana. He has to wait for him to TP away, and he's going to live for now. Oh, that Boulder Smash needed to come first. It was a silence that came out from JRX, but unfortunately, they can't quite get the combo to bring him down. But you're right. I mean, look at his net worth. He's below that of the S4 Clockwork, and that's just kind of the game that he's had in that top lane. Zai looking to try to take this tower down and then Dark Rift away, or at least do some damage to it. Doesn't sit there very long, but I mean, they're just doing what they can to split up the map cap to move around to get a little bit more comfortable for themselves.
Yeah, Sumail is feeling a bit more confident about his ability to split push. He doesn't have to worry as much about S4's Clockwork because he's got both Blink Dagger and Force Staff. Which is also why it's important for S4 to be able to get a Force Staff of his own so he can keep pace with the Tinker as he tries to escape the cogs and the Battery Assault combination. But I think Sumail's still going to be feeling pretty good about his split pushing, and so much of the game rides on his performance. He cannot afford to get caught out almost ever. Because Arteezy has already died enough, right? You can't have both of your cores getting into under-farmed territory.
We've seen Tinkers come back from similar situations, perhaps even worse situations. They are down now 8,000 net worth. It was even worse before 10,000. You know, us four, they will find the Tinker as we talk about it. He gets caught. Easy little kill up at that top lane coming out, and well, Arteezy now has to run as well. Looks like he might make it out. JRX is on the hunt. They have the JRX Earth Spirit looking for the Boulder Smash, which they will find. He's silenced up, now Orchid it, so he can't even strength more for at least a little while, and that will bring him down So as we just talk about it, Tinker's coming back. They lose their 2 cores, their 2 most important heroes go down, and leave the map open again for OG to try to attempt to take a tower here or something along those lines.
Yeah, there's still a comeback possible for Evil Geniuses, simply because the comeback golds and the nature of Alchemist and all of those sorts of things, but it seems so hard.
Anna is going to get glimpsed back on Stable Concoction, the Static Storm. He's going to Manta and try to get out here. They even use the mech. He's already taking a lot, but he's still regenning just fine with the armlet, with how tanky he is. I don't know if they could do this. The Pit of Malice, he's getting lower and lower. Can he fall? He doesn't get the toggle off. They will bring him down. That is so much gold. S4 even missed the hook shot now. They actually are in trouble here. They have the universe usage of that Ignite going. He'll force himself up, looking for Crit, and Crit makes it out alive. And Arteezy will be the one to get the kill, which is huge for him. They take 2. And as soon as you say that there's the nature of comebacks, it happens. I don't know how much gold they got for the Alchemist, but it must have been a significant amount. Although, silence is up now. Arteezy, don't know. He just got the kill. He just got something, but he dies to the Tempest double of the Arc Warden from the Orchid Malevolence.
Yeah, I mean, think about the amount of farm that Orc Warden needs to get before Morphling has that Linken's, and that simply shouldn't happen. But OG had a plan, right? They gave Arc Warden a free lane. They put so much pressure on Arteezy. They made sure that this Orchid from No Tail, after the Hand of Midas, was going to be up well before the Linken's. So there is so much time where No Tail is able to single-handedly threaten the Morphling, which means a lot on an Orc Warden, obviously, because it's no committal. You don't even have to be there in person to threaten Arteezy. You just can send your dumbass Tempest double to be able to go kill him. So
that's the scariest thing too, and that's why this hero is. That's why people hate this hero. I think is Tempest double is one of the reasons. I mean, just if you're an Arc Warden spammer, I think Cap and a lot of other people consider you a horrible person. Arteezy, Strength Morph does get off before the silence is there. Now they have the Flux up as well. He is pretty tanky, but not tanky enough to survive Anna's assault with his right click. Pit of Malice will go, not connecting. He's going to get glimpsed back into it. They have the kinetic field there as well. Static Storm is up and ready. They will have 4 heroes here for OG ready to fight. Actually 3, including a Tempest double. Force back coming up from Zida so that he can stay up into the high ground. And that'll be the end of the engagement. They don't want to dive the tier 3 tower. They'd rather take the outer towers before anything else. Sumail? Okay.
yeah, I actually really don't think it's possible for or it's realistic for EG to be able to come back, because the Morphling is just so underfarmed, and I'm not sure, like, they're on a trajectory to be able to push high ground before Tinker is really a high ground menace, right? It looks like he's going Dagon for this game. I actually thought he was going to be going the Aether Lens Aghanim's build, because that's the really good high ground defense one, but I don't know, he had a Null Talisman in his staff. I don't know. Maybe he is going
He is a
for X.
smorgasbord of items, my friend. I don't know what it's doing just yet. Hookshot will find the Tinker. Good force away. They'll force on top with the battery, so try to chase it down. And another force to the high ground. But that glimpse will come, making sure S4 can't chase further. Arteezy still getting stunned up. The Fatal Bonds is there. They're chasing. The Golem is ready to go. Might drop it here. Pit of Malice onto 2. They will find Arc Warden. It's the real one on top of it. He's surviving for now. The Firestorm not able to bring him down. Static Storm trying to lay down so that they can cover and retreat, but it's not happening just yet. Zai has to TP away. Nobody's actually dead throughout this fight. Sumail forcing himself out as well. The Golem's already gone. Now it looks like they're chasing further after Arteezy, but he makes it to the high ground. Everybody's out of here. Fire Blast now onto the Alchemist. Force back. Chemical Rage still going. The glimpse in. And they don't have a Static Storm.
Zai?
Zai's a little too far. They Dark Rifted onto the tower here, but now Sumail just goes down. They blow him away with the Magnetize, among other things. And now Anna's looking for more. Zai getting chopped up. The Radiance Burn, Boulder Smash not connecting, might not need to. He somehow survives with 100 HP. Universe will get dope for a moment, but then they decide to back away because guess what? There's still a Tier 2 tower there to be destroyed and some gold for OG that they need to collect.
I didn't see it. I don't know if you did, but did Zai pull Sumail to that Tier 2 tower?
I'm pretty sure he did. I didn't see it
that
100%, but
that was not good. Just because you survived does not mean that you can go on the
all
offensive.
right, guys, let's
you
go
know?
back in. But yeah, maybe they were expecting to get something going. Maybe they thought everyone was going to be able to rotate in with them, but that just didn't happen. S4 now is going to go for the hook shot. They will find Zai. He's still very tanky. Universe, however, not so much. Anna's just going to run amok, and they missed the kinetic field on him as well. He's looking for more. They've already taken down 3, including his double kill. Arteezy's forced to at least get away. But he's the only one, and that is it. A 24-12 kill score leads into a 24-minute GG. OG take game number 1 again with the Alchemist against Evil Geniuses.
OG just stomped that that first 15 minutes so hard. They got so far ahead, and they had to Like, Evil Geniuses had to do so many things. They had to be able to defend some of their towers and get the appropriate pickoffs. They had to split push really well without getting caught on both their Tinker as well as their Morphling against an Arc Warden with Orchid, as well as a S4 Clockwork that did very well for himself in laning phase. They had to get all their items necessary to be able to formulate decent high ground defense. Like, there was such a large checklist by 15 minutes that had to be accomplished for EG to be able to make this comeback that it just did not seem realistic that OG were going to make any of those kind of errors. They set themselves on a really good path, and just, you know, a couple of pickoffs are all that happened in this game, but I would think it was a very clean game by OG overall.
No, you're absolutely right. There were one or two situations where they did end up dying, but it just wasn't enough room for them to get back into it. And they tried taking advantage of that room, EG did, but really good shutdown play from OG in that particular game number 1. So it is a best of 5 series. We'll have more coming up here in just a moment. So we'll get over to the panel and see their thoughts as we jump into a quick ad break. We'll stick around for game number 2.